How did a kid that was fired from his first job at a newspaper from not being creative and innovative enough end up building the most iconic, creative, and innovative brand in the entertainment industry? Let's find out. Hey everyone, Leon Castillo here, CEO and founder of Selfmastered. We help entrepreneurs scale their businesses by transforming their personal performance. Now, before we dive deep into the story of Walt Disney, remember to subscribe because we release a few videos every week to help people like you achieve their goals at a much faster speed. Today I want to talk about probably one of the most interesting folks that I have studied, and this guy was named Walt Elias Disney, the founder of the Walt Disney Company, who is inarguably one of the most iconic brands within the entertainment industry. Walt Disney is a guy that invented the animated film, that created the concept of an amusement park, and he shaped and created some of the most iconic characters that you've known since you were a kid, probably. And how did he pull all of this off in just one lifetime? Because everything he achieved, he did in just 50 years, right? And most people will need 8 lifetimes to get as much output. How did he perform at such an elite level for so many decades in order to create all of this Disney empire? By leveraging 3 secrets that really hold the key of a life well lived. First secret is the importance of having a vision. Vision is one of the most misunderstood terms that I see in the performance world. See, vision is nothing else than the big goal that you are chasing that helps you understand how long and what do you need to do to get there. A vision is nothing else than a big hairy goal that pulls you towards it and helps you marshal all of your resources in order to get it. Humans are teleological beings. We need those goals in order to function. If we do not know what are we chasing, then we don't chase anything. Just like you cannot build a system if you don't know what that system is for, what's the function of a system, you cannot create a high performance life without a vision to chase. Vision comes before performance. And he understood this intimately well, because everything he did, Walt Disney, was creating the visions that could help other people understand what was at stake. And it was very complicated at that time because nobody had ever done most of the things that Walt Disney did for the first time. Nobody has ever participated in an animated cartoon movie. It was supposedly impossible to pull off. Nobody has ever created an amusement park. That was a radically new concept. And all of those achievements required the ability to dream that thing, to have it clear in your mind, to have that vision so that others can finally understand what are they fighting for. And this is secret number 1. You need a vision. You need to know exactly what it is that you are chasing. Because when you have it, everything else becomes second best. So having a vision is the number 1 prioritization mechanism. And that's exactly what you should be thinking when designing it. What's so powerful that pulls you towards that goal? What is that thing that if you could achieve it in, let's say, 10 years time, would give your life meaning? Think about this question because it's supremely important. Secret number 2 is unbelievable self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a technical term to describe your trust in your agentive capabilities. In other words, you trust that everything is figure outable. You are able to do whatever you set your mind to do. It's not self-esteem, it's not self-belief. It's belief in your capability to pull anything you try off. And this is very important because the more entrepreneurial somebody is, the more self-efficacy it has to develop in order to create a business. So there's a positive correlation between self-efficacy and entrepreneurship. But if on top of being an entrepreneur like Walt Disney was, he was constantly creating new concepts and iterating visions on his head, he needed to have a supreme degree of self-efficacy in order to pull all those things off. In fact, there's a very important character in the life of Walt Disney who's his brother, right? Roy Disney was someone that had probably a totally opposite view of everything Walt Disney wanted to do. And every time he had a new project, a new idea, a new vision, Roy Disney will always tell his brother all of those things that led him think that that new plan wouldn't work out. He was always providing angles and perspective that tried to tear his brother's plans down. But Walt Disney will relentlessly convince his brother of the possibility of doing it and doing it together. And a few examples is he decided to create a theme park when there were not theme parks around. And he was told that that idea will fail miserably. And he was totally adamant about the fact that he could create that experience. And indeed, he did create it. He was told that animated films were too boring to watch by adults. And he proved the naysayers that he had the ability and the belief in his agentive capabilities to make a film that was interesting to both adults and kids. He was told that there was no way of mixing real footage and animation effects. And we now know, and this video proves it, that this is not true. So at each step of the way, every crazy idea that he was able to create, every time he refined that big vision that he was chasing, he would have naysayers. Naysayers even among his own family. But he had such an incredible amount of self-efficacy that he just got to work. And he got the results he wanted. And the third secret, and this is probably one of the most important for an entrepreneur, is emotional control and resiliency. This is so important because without the ability to sustain damage, there's no way you can create a functioning business. Because he who can sustain the most damage will eventually win. And I say this because Walt Disney was turned down 302 times when trying to find financing for his amusement park, for Disneyland. It took him 16 years to negotiate the rights and the script of Mary Poppins. And it took him countless tries to really get the final design in most of his characters. At each step of the way, he had doubts, but he overcame those doubts by keeping control of his emotions. And that ability is called resiliency. It's your ability to recover every time you suffer a loss. It's your ability to understand that victory nor failure are final. They're just transitory moments. And if you keep pushing, you'll eventually get the breakthrough you deserve. And that's so important because, as I was saying, entrepreneurship is really a battle against oneself. He who can master himself will master business. The other way around doesn't work. So these are the three secrets that I believe Walt Disney leveraged to become who he became. First, create a big vision, something that really pulls you towards it, that serves as a natural prioritization mechanism. 2, believe in your agentive capabilities. Believe that you can do it. And of course, hone and train your skills so that you have a chance of doing it. But really, you need to believe that everything is figure outable, because in the end, it really is. And then 3, cultivate emotional control and resiliency. Understand that victory nor failure are fatal. They're just transitory moments that have to be overcome. So if things go south, you pick yourself up and continue the battle. That's how you become Walt Disney. And that's how you create the most iconic, innovative, and creative brand in the entertainment industry, at least historically. I hope this was useful. Please let me know in the comments if you knew this secret from Walt Disney and anything else that you want to share that you believe that we should have covered. And of course, if you want a proven framework on how to install a specific skills that you can leverage and sustain for high performance, please apply for the Self-Mastered Accelerator, and we will make sure that you achieve that big vision that you set for yourself. See you in the next video.